Mysterians, speaking of those of us who are Trinitarians, remember, Tuggy is a Unitarian. Mysterians view their stance as an exercise of theological sophistication and epistemic humility. What do I mean by epistemic? Remember, we talked about in the past, epistemic is the idea of related to knowledge or to the degree of its validation. Epistemology is a branch of science that deals with uncovering the pursuit of what is fact and separating that from what is simply hearsay or rumor or something that's not fact. So we have to separate fact from non-fact. That's what we might call epistemology, right? That particular study. So he's talking about this type of study as well. Tuggy goes on to say, some Mysterians appeal to the medieval tradition of apophatic or negative theology, the view that one can understand, say, what God is not, but not what God is. That's what he means by apophatic, right? We're introducing all these complicated terms. Knowledge of God attained through negation. What we mean is, you ever hear someone say, you ever hear two people have a discussion and person A says, what is God, or who is God, or how can we understand God? And person B responds by saying, God is immaterial, he's immutable, he's unknowable, he's unseeable, he's unfathomable, he's uncontainable, he's omniscient, he's without borders, he's without limits on his knowledge, and they keep using these uns and omnis and in prefixes, and what they're doing is they're describing the parts that God isn't, meaning he isn't knowable, he isn't containable, he isn't limited, he isn't seeable, he isn't with a creation, right? In other words, he's immortal, he's without beginning, without end, things like that. He's uncreated, he's eternal. When we describe God using those types of adjectives or attributes, where God is not this, God is not that, he's not had a beginning, he's not knowable, he's not seeable, he's not containable. We're describing is something known as apophatic, or negative theology. That's what I mean by that particular tradition, apophatic or negative theology. All right, so that's simply what Tuggy's trying to say. So when we describe God this way, or what God is, while others, Tuggy says, simply appeal to the idea that the human mind is ill-equipped to think about transcendent realities, right? God is transcendent. He's without being able to figure out. He's unknowable. Again, that's a type of apophatic tradition, which is not wrong. Many Christians do it all the time without even knowing that that's what they've been doing. So